Hello, everybody. It's Mr. McKenna. It's December 3rd, and we're just about to begin Unit 3 for our online philosophy course. And I just wanted to provide you with a little bit of a background for this next unit. Now, Unit 3 is our second to last substantive unit, and Unit 5 will be dealing with our final exam, which I'm thinking right now it's appropriate that that be a take-home exam with some questions that I will pose to each of you to with some choices that you can work on um, over the holidays or immediately after December 20th when this course officially concludes, but you will have further time to complete your work. First of all, let me welcome everybody back from, I hope, was a interesting, successful, and enjoyable trip to Florence. That has always been a great city to visit for me. It has so much history, so much art, so much culture, so many interesting aspects. And of course, as we all know, it's the home of the great political philosopher Niccolo Machiavelli. So let's start with an introduction to Unit 3, which is ethics. First of all, there is a culminating assignment for this particular unit, and it will, of course, deal with an ethical issue. And I'm looking to students to be the authors of their own destiny here and to each select an ethical issue that you want to explore and make some sense of via some of the philosophers we are dealing with or have dealt with. Obviously, ethical issues can range from literally A to Z. If we talk about abortion through euthanasia, through testing of uh, procedures with animals and all the daily ethical concerns that we have. You know, when we look, we've just leaving um, Unit 2, social and political philosophy. In the political realm, we're constantly confronted with ethical issues. What we do, I can point to the current crisis in the war in Israel with Israel and Palestinian crisis. There are ethical matters that are involved in that are deep, complex, and worthy of consideration. So my suggestion to everyone is that they think about an ethical concern that they are alive to, and make that the focus of your paper. Now, to help you with your learning as we go through this unit, there are several resources available on the Google Classroom that I will sort of go through and point them out to you. But you're welcome to linger as long as you wish over any or all of those items that have been assembled. I mentioned the culminating assignment. There's a detailed rubric on evaluating that assignment that you may consider. And of course, I'm open for any questions as you work your way toward a suitable topic. Again, all this is on the Google Classroom. So one of the first things that you'll see is an item by Dr. Peter Kreeft on Plato and Machiavelli. It's a 39-minute video, and it deals with the contrast between the ethical perspective of Plato, certainly most specifically the character of Socrates in the Platonic dialogues, and the countervailing perspective formulated and developed by Friedrich Nietzsche. the German philosopher. So that's worthwhile. There's also a 32-minute video that has been prepared and is listed on the Google Classroom. It's an introduction to Aristotle's ethics. So foundationally, this is a really important work, and I encourage you to review and consider that particular video. Uh, Certainly, the discussion of the Nicomachean ethics, the importance of the term logos, which is not only speech but reason and dialogue. There's some important elements there about how we come to understand and interpret what is the good, what is ethical through the use of speech, and speech, particularly speech informed by reason. There's another very useful and fascinating um, video. It's longer. It's 1 hour and 39 minutes and 23 seconds by Clifford Orwin, and it deals with Nietzsche's critique of compassion. I recommend that to you as a really important example of how academics formulate ideas based on their philosophical understandings of different thinkers. So I leave that to you for this particular unit. Next, Immanuel Kant is important for ethical reasoning, and certainly his notion of the categorical imperative. There's a fairly brief 10-minute, just a little over 10-minute video on Kant and the categorical imperative that is also in the Google Classroom that I highly recommend that you review. We then come next to a more detailed and specific from Hillsdale College introduction to Aristotle's ethics, the Nicomachean ethics. This is 23 minutes and 51 seconds, and it is, again, a useful and enlightening interpretation of Aristotle's Nicomachean ethics, which I'm going to have to rely on as a very important and pivotal work in ethical reasoning. The next thing I think you should look at over the next little while, when time permits, is moral responsibility. This is an insert in the very useful Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. And if you want to understand moral issues and the concept of responsibility as it relates to moral issues, this is a very good reading. Living as we do in a time of artificial intelligence, the next item that you might like to consider is called "What is Ethics?" And that has been included in the Google Classroom for your education, instruction, and consideration as you work through this particular unit. Finally, there's an exploration of the great, I guess I'll call it a parable or a myth in Plato. The Republic is the Ring of Gyges. The story of the Ring of Gyges is famous, and it certainly allows us to contemplate certain ethical considerations. In fact, it would be a great topic if someone wanted to use the Ring of Gyges as their focus for the Unit 3 culminating assignment. In any event, there is a lot of content there in the Google Classroom that you may wish to consider for this particular unit. We're working our way towards the final substantive unit, which is on epistemology, Unit 4. But each of you can work at your own pace, work in your own context and at your own speed. But of course, I'm responsible for encouraging you to move forward in a consistent and controlled kind of manner so that you can achieve all of the goals of this course within the allowable time frame. I mean, certainly by the beginning of the second term in 2024, you should be wrapping up everything for this course in order to achieve your credit for the philosophy online course. So, be that as it may, work at your speed, work conscientiously, work consistently. Certainly keep me posted as to any challenges you're having. Let me know how you're doing. And, it does make sense for CCI students to stay in touch with not only me, but with your TAP uh, teachers as well. They can encourage you and exhort you to move forward. And I try to dip into some of the staff meetings so that I can uh, provide them with updates on students that are maybe falling a little bit behind in their work. But it's up to you to try and achieve the learning objectives for this course, and together we'll have a successful effort here in meeting the objectives of this course. So, again, welcome back from Florence. Time to knuckle down, buckle down, and have some more work achieved. And I will talk to you all soon. All right. Ciao.